This is our bamboo shoot. This is the one of the larger plant. So what it does is it has ribosomes, or roots rather, that grows, and then it shoots up a new plant. This is the runner type, which makes it very invasive, so that's why it spreads aggressively. But one of the nice things about it though is that, like, you see one here, and then you go not too far down and you see another one, and ooh, I just spotted another one right there. Whenever you're harvesting a bamboo shoot, you usually want the smaller ones, so not really high. This is about maybe what, a foot tall. We're just gonna keep moving the dirt away. And so we're just gonna dig down, pull up. And if you don't have the tool, you can just wiggle it out, but then you take the chance of it get snapping. So since I do have a tool, I'm just gonna go in, try to dig it up. There we go. And this is what we want. Okay, to keep people from like tripping, I usually just cover that space back up. There we go. Let's give these a quick wash, particularly on the bottom. That's where the dirt will be at. You might have some pieces that have dirt on here, or the ends are tough. What I'll do is sometimes I'll go ahead and I'll take a sharp knife and I'll just remove those pieces off and compost it, and then we have a cleaner start. Let's remove the outer skin. It's tough and fibrous. We don't want to eat that. So the way that you can do it is you can just pull it with your finger, the bottom, like that, and then just work your way all the way to the top. When I get closer to the top, what I'll do is I'll cut the top off right there. That makes it just a little bit easier to open at that point, because it's less layers that it has to go through. My preferred method is to slice it in half, pull it apart, and then from here you take your thumb, you start from the top and you just run your finger through it, and it comes off. Look at that. Let's boil it. When your pot starts boiling, you can take that lid off and then just continue to let it boil. There is a little bit of like starch in the bamboo itself, and what happens is when it starts to get really hot, the liquid will, you know, like topple over the pot. So we don't want that to happen, so we're gonna leave the lid open. The bamboo's been boiling for about 30 minutes, maybe even closer to an hour now, and you see how all that foam builds up on the side right there. What we want to do now is we're going to rinse this, fill it up, fill the pot up with water again, and then boil it again. Want to get that foam out of the pot. Rinse the bamboo. We want to try to get the foam off of it. We can go ahead and taste it at this point because we want to see if the bitterness is gone. All right, so if you're wondering what it tastes like a cross between eating a potato and sweet peas. So it's got that potato-ish flavor, but the sweetness of a pea, except it's crunchy. It's pretty delicious. And because I didn't have that much in the pot, I don't need to boil this again. This is actually ready to eat now. But if you have a lot of bamboo, or if you have a different variety, because some varieties are more bitter than others, they have more of the cyanide in the bamboo than others, you want to do a second boil. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. Second time boiling. Water's boiling. Let's take that lid off and let it boil with the lid uncovered. Second boil, and you can tell the difference already. There is hardly any foaming in the pot, and the water is just slightly, well, it's a little bit clearer than before. We're ready to go ahead and rinse this. You can let it cool on its own if you want. If you want to use it immediately, let it cool down. It's ready to be eaten. You can cook it, you can slice it up. You can also store it in the freezer. Ramen, cilantro, spiderworts, radish flowers, red onions, white onions, and bamboo. Enjoy.